Growing up, I loved Nintendo more than anything, and in 2006, they revealed one of the best and most unexpected consoles ever.
This is a Nintendo Revolution prototype.
Originally named Revolution and now called the Wii, it was Nintendo's big chance to become a serious player again in the growing gaming industry. But as a kid, it wasn't that hard to trick my parents into buying me a Nintendo Wii either, because they marketed it brilliantly as a family-friendly and healthy fun console.
We would like to play.
I mean, you remember, right? We could finally play games by flailing our arms around wildly, I could go bowling in my own home, and I could even play tennis with my friends without even going outside.
Oh shit!
Hell, my grandma was even so convinced she decided to buy my family a Wii Fit because she thought we were all too fat. But even with Nintendo's promises of endless fun and classic IPs returning, there was a group of people lurking in the shadows. People who were working tirelessly to unlock the console's full potential. They saw an opportunity to take the Nintendo Wii to the next level and let it do so much more than what was currently advertised. These hackers responsible for obtaining the Wii's encryption keys were aided by something that you typically wouldn't expect. A pair of tweezers. So naturally, in the spirit of Nintendo's love for double I's at the time, they named themselves Team Tweezers. The story behind this is actually really incredible, so if you're interested, I'll leave some further reading links in the description. But as a kid, I had no idea any of this was going on behind the scenes. What I remembered is coming home from school, loading up Mario Kart Wii, and starting a race only to be met with 2 to 3 players who were constantly bombarding me with unlimited supplies of blue shells. In the eyes of most players, these people absolutely ruined online gaming. But not for me. Call me a masochist, but after spending so many hours playing the same games over and over, this was actually a really fun breath of fresh air to experience. But how did they do it? How are these people cheating in online games? Now, I'm not going to pretend to know how any of this stuff works, I'm not a programmer by any means, but I did want to feel like one of those cool hackers I mentioned earlier who could summon bullet bills by pressing up on the D-pad. Thankfully, through the power of the internet, my 15-year-old self could find the answer fairly quickly. This would be one of Team Tweezer's earliest and most known achievements, the Twilight hack. To put it simply, the Twilight hack takes advantage of something called a buffer overflow in The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. This is kind of technical, so here's a very oversimplified explanation. For this hack to work, you really only needed one key part: The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. I obviously already have this game because it's the best Zelda game of all time, fight me in the comments if you disagree. And second, you needed to run a downloaded save file which renamed Link's horse Epona to a giant line of code containing a small program inside of it. When you started the game and talked to an NPC, the game would load the horse's name and simultaneously also run the program alongside of it, allowing you to load a special boot file and execute one of the coolest custom Wii channels of all time, the homebrew channel. But there was a catch. If you messed up somewhere along the way and loaded something at the wrong time, accidentally turned off your Wii during the install, or if Miyamoto was just having a bad day at the time, your Nintendo Wii would brick entirely. This means your console literally turns into a brick, a plastic, because it can't turn on anymore due to boot processes failing. This terrified me as a kid because my main source of entertainment would be gone in the blink of an eye. And how would I even begin to explain this to my parents? Hey, sorry, I ruined this expensive gaming console because I was trying to hack into it. Their innocent child turned into a cyber criminal all because of evil video games. But luckily, I can't describe how it felt when I saw this channel load up for the first time. Not only did I avoid accidentally turning my Wii into a useless brick of plastic, but the potential for what the console could now do was actually setting in. It's hard to put into words how significant the Twilight hack breakthrough was. It not only allowed for loading custom applications, but let people do things like play games region-free, opened up a scene for playing emulated games, and even allowed you to be able to watch movies using regular DVDs, and so much more. Also, since we're here, maybe this is a good time to say that I don't condone doing this. Hacking is hold on, I gotta read the script. Bad and breaks the warranty of your console. Also, Nintendo can and will ban you from playing online games. Not that I would know, of course. But with letting the public have access to the homebrew channel using the Twilight hack, Team Tweezers would also have to give their stance on what they intended the hack to be used for. They were very against any kind of piracy and stated that releasing this was just for educational purposes.
Is that Princess Peach's pussy?
Regardless, the thing about the internet is they kind of do what they want, and that includes things like pirating games, putting up useful or malicious mods for the homebrew channel, or something much more fun to me as a kid at the time, cheating in online games. A lot of games, if not all, were able to be exploited over the years. Special applications that allowed cheats were developed like Wii Launcher, Cheat Manager, and Gecko OS. It wasn't as easy as just using them though, because in order to use these cheat engines, you typically needed cheat codes. I'm stupid, of course, so making my own codes was out of the question. I had to search through tons of forums and, even scarier, make online friends in order to get these codes. I mean, it makes sense why people would gatekeep them though, right? Imagine something really malicious is released to the general public, like instantly winning a Smash Brothers game. It would spread like wildfire and continue to ruin Nintendo's already horrible online gaming service. Something I didn't expect through doing this though was finding friendly communities like the Mario Kart 4TL group who, while cheated online, tried to make it a fun experience for all players by intentionally coming in last place, so regular players in the lobby would gain tons of leaderboard points. Here's a clip I found that's totally not me, from 2009 showing exactly what this looked like. I'm not gonna lie, back then, Nintendo 100% banned people for doing this. Rightfully so, because cheating in online games is bad, don't do it. But the actual amazing outcome of this wasn't the cheating part. It was the modding scene. Getting homebrew on the Nintendo Wii meant it was possible to replace models and textures in games with different files. While I didn't understand a lot of the programming, it was pretty easy to do things like, let's say, replace a Smash Ball with the Firefox logo, mess with custom stage backgrounds, or accidentally download and install a new version of Zero Suit Sam. Looking back on it, I'm almost positive that this inspired a lot of younger people to get into modding games as a hobby, including myself. This era of Nintendo was definitely my favorite, not because the games were originally super fun, but because I had such a great time learning and experimenting with how the games actually worked. It even led to one of my most popular videos on this channel called Final Smash Clash, which I had made back in 2009. While this all happened to me years ago, you might be surprised to know that games like Mario Kart Wii still have a strong community with their custom tracks and online servers, even when Nintendo removed online support in 2014. How it works is magic, but it's seriously impressive. For me though, after a few years I eventually bought an Xbox 360 and moved on to my edgy FPS Call of Duty phase.
Fuck you.
Fuck me?
You old fat kid.
Yeah, okay then, Ferno. Why don't you come feed the fat boy then, huh? I'm waiting. Come on.
You have my dick in your ass.
Hey, yo.
It's fun to look back at those memories though and think where it all started and how far it's gotten. I have to thank Nintendo and everyone involved in cracking into the Wii for giving me such a fun childhood. And who knows what the future will hold. I bet there's someone out there right now who's figured out how to hack into a Nintendo Switch using a paperclip. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, watch some of my other videos.